secure, and least peaceful in the world today, making Nigeria one of the hungriest countries of the world. Nigerians now spend nearly their entire income on feeding.
We may be hungry, but we can manage our hunger.
My appeal is that you dedicate 20% of 2025, roughly 72 days, to visit each of the 36 states.
Catch the drama, feel the excitement on Straight Talk on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri with the Radio Marshal Barry Cosmos. Every weekday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Join the conversation on Straight Talk with Barry Cosmos. Straight Talk. Get straight analysis. No bending corners.
Let's be poor. Breathe.
Every day,
every hour,
every minute,
and every second,
breaking news occur
from our villages,
in our cities,
new government policies,
the economy,
politics,
social news,
entertainment news,
security concerns.
We the people converge
to analyze,
separating facts from fiction,
lies and truth.
We dissect,
we integrate,
we harmonize,
we criticize,
and we bring you all the juicy details.
Live on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. It is Straight Talk.
Straight Talk.
Straight Talk on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri.
Shall I begin? I am your host. I am your anchorman. I am the presiding bishop of this ministry, and I am awesome. My name is Barry Cosmos, the Radio Marshal, the Buruburu One on radio, the Okenze on radio, your big brother on radio. I am the main event, and I am here.
Live on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri.
Are you ready?
All right, good morning and welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to Straight Talk live on Echo FM 100.7. It is another beautiful weekend edition of the People's Program. It is Straight Talk all the way, no bending corners. Everybody, welcome aboard to the main event on radio. My name is Barry Cosmos, the Radio Machado Buruburu One on radio. Today is another wonderful day for us to take a look at some burning issues in Nigeria. Yes, very, very burning issues, because today we want to take a peep look into the military architecture. It has become a norm of recent that military generals appointed into the service chiefs in the military hierarchy are not the most senior military personnel. Well, there's no rule that says you must appoint the most senior personnel, but what are the implications? So appointment of junior officers as service chiefs, what are the implications? We spent, if you know how much is spent to train one military officer, you would really understand what I'm trying to talk about. For those of you who are conversant, especially the ex-servicemen, and of course those still serving, if you're listening to me, what are the implications of appointing junior officers in terms of date of commission, in terms of seniority in Army, Navy, and of course the Air Force, and even the police? So what is happening right now in Nigeria? The effect is that when you appoint juniors, the seniors cannot still be in service. That's not going to happen. So if you appoint probably a major general when there is a brigadier general or there is a full-time general, 3-star general, and the rest of them, what is it called? Is it a major general or lieutenant general? If you appoint somebody who is a junior, probably promote a colonel to a brigadier, and then there are all generals who are there before him, and then the junior is now appointed as the chief of army staff. So what happens to all the senior officers who are there? So that's been trending now of late, and because the military has been put in the front burner by the Wike saga, of course there is still ongoing matters arising. The former chief of army staff, Irabo, has called for the sack of Wike as a minister. But definitely the military is now speaking, and they are in the eye of the needle. So every one of us, let's try and understand what happens when a junior ranking officer is appointed ahead of a senior ranking officer in terms of date of commission, in terms of service years and all that. What happens? So if they meet now, if you appoint Barry Cosmos as the chief of army staff, and Uche Clever is my senior in the military, when I meet Uche as the chief of army staff, will I compliment Uche, or Uche will compliment me as a COAS? These are issues in the Nigerian army. So politics is beginning to creep into the military discipline, and this is not good. Not good at all. So let's take a look at this and see the effect of this on the Nigerian army. Look at the effect of this in the service. And of course, the junior officers, who did they take orders from? The chief of army staff is not the senior officer there. Who will they take orders from? So these are other things. Can a junior officer, because he's a chief of army staff or chief, now direct or instruct or command a senior in the Nigerian Army, Air Force, Navy, and of course the other security architecture? So that is what we are going to be taking a look at today. So we'll be discussing with an ex-serviceman who knows all about it today. Later on the show, we are going to be hosting our big brother, Ewelike Justin, who is ready for us today. We'll be communicating with him over the phone. Of course, he was a medical personnel in the Nigerian Army, and of course, he knows a lot about these things. All the ex-servicemen, if you are listening to me, let's hear your thoughts on this. Now again, most of the time, you now hear that they force the senior officers into retirement. Are you aware? Are you aware that before the appointment of these service chiefs, are you aware that there are about 57 generals from the Nigerian Army seniority roll from NDA regular courses, 39 and 40 will be affected by retirements? Now, 57. In the midst of when we're having all manner of security challenges, the generals are trained to command. The generals are trained to make sure that the battalions all over the country are with good spirit and good leadership. And these ones that have the experience and all that to command will now be forced into retirement. Some of them, because they are still very active, may decide to get into some of these accusations that we keep talking about. The generals are doing this, the generals are doing that. So it's been happening for over the years. And then up to today, we don't want to take a look at the consequences of retiring still senior officers who are still very active. And once you are trained to live by the gun, Will you stop living by the gun and be taking orders from who? Take a look at the last Vice Admiral of the Chief of Naval Staff today. He is giving an instruction who is a senior to a junior. So what happens with all this? Everybody, let's take a look at this one today. Welcome aboard to the Massive program. Welcome to the main event on radio. It is Straight Talk live on Echo FM 100.7 right here in the city of Owerri with the Radio Marshal, Barry Cosmos. And before we go into all those details, as usual, we'll take a look at what the papers are saying this morning on the hour. Welcome aboard, people.
This is Ofekata Orodo Community. Cuddle in nature's embrace. From the sky, its beauty stretches wide. Serene landscape, lush greenery, and a windy path that whispers stories of old.
All right, people, welcome back. Let's go straight to the Punch newspaper and give you the updates on the Punch newspaper this morning. Well, it's the PDP convention tomorrow. It's been contentious. Former Senate President Saraki is calling for the cancellation of the convention, but the PDP delegates have already arrived at Ibadan convention. Saraki's cancellation move didn't work, so is Saraki now with the Wike camp? Wow, PDP on a problem at the end. Well, the Ibadan capital of Oyo State is a boss with minutes preparation, the last-minute preparation for the National Convention of the People's Democratic Party and potential showdown between the factional camps in the opposition party. Well, billed to take place on Saturday and Sunday, the convention is perhaps the most controversial in the PDP history as a faction of the party pulled out. While in the build-up to the event, the National Working Committee, led by the National Chairman, Umar Damagun, suspended the National Secretary, Senator Samuel Anyao, the National Organizing Secretary, Umar Abature, and the National Legal Advisor, Kamaldeen Ajibade, for 1 month for alleged anti-party activity. Samuel Anyao has always been saying that they have been sending out memos without his signature, who is a secretary and all that. Samuel Anyao is believed to be a loyalist to Wike, and now Saraki has joined the fray. So what exactly is going on? Well, there are conflicting court orders. There is a court order in support of the convention going ahead. They even extended this week for them to hold their this thing. There's another court order in same high court in Nigeria that the convention should be put on hold pending the hearing of that. You see, the judges in this country, I don't know if everything that comes to their table, they approve. Okay, no, I'll give you a court injunction to go. Court injunction has become a political weapon. It has become a child's play. Nobody respects anybody. So which of these court order would the PDP respect? Eventually, they have a court order that says they should go ahead. There's another court order that says they shouldn't go ahead. Oh, me, Tabo. When are we going to finish this kind of craziness in Nigerian politics? Well, the PDP delegates have already arrived in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, for the convention. And they are going to select a national leader. Now, recall, this is similar, exactly the same thing that happened to Labour Party. And today, look at Labour Party. It's disintegrated beyond recognition. There was a delegate that went to Nnewi to do delegates meeting and then appoint Julius Abure. And there's another one that happened in Abia State by the Abia State governor called for that one. They now had a different caretaker committee for which Peter Obi is in that group. And then Abure is on one side, Peter Obi and his camp is on one side. The only governor for Labour Party is on one side. For God's sake, when are we going to have all these opposition parties come together? Politics. In Nigeria, there is nothing like party. There's only what is it called? Partisan interest. Nothing else. Nobody can tell me anything that we have political parties in Nigeria. They're just people who are looking for every opportunity to punch their ticket into government house for any reason. All right, let's move on to other stories there. AMCON officials and lawyers face contempt charges for contravention of court orders. Which of the court orders? That's what I'm saying. AMCON have like how many different court orders? If you watch that one, which of the contempt are we talking about? Akinwumi Ademola Bello-San and Adedeji-San face both contempt and debarment and derobing petitions to legal and judicial authorities for disobeying court orders with impunity and bringing the judiciary into disrepute. Abba, come on here. We disrepute. When it comes to political things, on our close eye, one court will give one judgment, another one will give another judgment for the same case. How can you file the same case in two different courts and the two judges will sit down and hear that kind of thing? Where is it done? You will file in one high court, another one will go to another high court, same case, two judges, two different results with the same constitution. Oh, me, Tabo. I don't understand what we have turned our judiciary into, but definitely that is what is happening only in my country. I love my country. I don't know about you. Tinubu shifts 15% fuel import duty to Q1 of 2026. That is first quarter of 2026. Tinubu is shifting 15%. You know, Council Amu is shifting. This January, what would they wait for? January, there's going to be fuel increase. January, the 10% tax on fuel, every liter of fuel you buy, no be amount of fuel, now every liter you buy. Then they will now bring January 1st again. Anything sachet, drink, bye-bye. Now they don't carry 15% go there. All the tax, so they shift to go to 2026. Oh, me, Tabo. It's going to be hellele. We go see him anyway. We watch what's happening. PDP convention to hold in Ibadan, says Adamawa governor. And of course, I handle pressure with calm. Focus, says Oshime. Oshime yesterday nearly gave us a heart attack. Well, congratulations to the Super Eagles who have gone to the finals of the African playoffs after if they can win DR Congo, who defeated Cameroon by a single solitary goal, then they will be in for the continental playoffs. So they only have 2 matches to get to the World Cup. Can they pull it up? Well, going to World Cup through the back door will be sweet, but can they do it? Yesterday, watching Super Eagles, I almost fainted. Yesterday, these guys were in the whole of second half. It's like all of them were just jogging, expecting the match to drag on until the extra time. And of course, I saw the match and I was looking like Gabon is just running up and down. They will get exhausted. Eventually, they did, and the Super Eagles ran riot on them, winning the match 4-1. That equalizing goal from Gabon was very, very annoying. It was a knife at the heart of every Nigerian at that time. Just how many minutes to go, and then they went and equalized. Congo by trouble. Nigeria come beginning the waka shige. 4-1, the match ended. Cameroon lost to DR Congo. Now it's Nigeria versus DR Congo. I think that match will be coming on Sunday. And of course, if Nigeria can beat them, then we go to the continental. It's a lot easier to play white men than to play African football. I don't know why that happens to Nigeria. These boys are just feeling like they're big boys. Now, again, the last time I was talking about Super Eagles, they decided to leave what they were supposed to do to go and be dragging for money. Look at the match. It became very, very hard. So we thank God that we scaled through, and then will DR Congo stop Nigeria from qualifying. Or Nigeria will just scale through. Everybody, put them in your prayers. Let's move on now. Russia strikes Ukrainian capital and kills 4. This Russia and Ukraine war never ended. Well, a Russian attack overnight, mostly targeting the capital, Kyiv, killed 4 people and damaged buildings across the city. Ukrainian authorities say on Friday. Russia, which launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022, has in recent months intensified its attacks on infrastructure, particularly targeting Ukraine energy facilities and rail system, as well as residential area. People where they fight pass away will kill them. Pass away big pass you go they fight them. Now you go to suffer. Ukraine for the past 3 years, every day bomb. People are just dying. Zelensky do election, come out. He say no, they cannot do election during this war. People with power. Once they enter that power, nobody wants to live there again. This man has already served at his tenure. He was a movie actor. Now he's president, and now he still wants to continue being president. at the expense of his country. Well, can they do election in this time of war? I don't know. What do you make of that story? Now we move on now to the Daily Post newspaper. State creation. There must be balance, equity, and the Southeast stakeholders are saying. Well, we're going to do a program on this state creation. I'll be inviting one or two persons who are in the know of this state creation. Now, let me tell you one secret now. It's been agreed by the National Assembly that they have to create one state in the Southeast. Now, the onus now falls on a Titi state or a Nioma state. So which of these states they are going to create? Everybody is now lobbying. The Anioma state people are lobbying. Of course, the Titi states are lobbying. We will do a program on this one because I'm trying to get the people for Anioma and Titi state to come here and discuss that with everybody. Just stay tuned. Maybe, hopefully, next week we'll deal with that on this program. Don't get worried. We will bring you details of that. One wounded in military police clash in Benue. Oh, my God. One person has been reportedly injured during the clash between soldiers and operatives of the Nigerian Police Operations Zenda Joint Task Force, JTF, in Naka headquarters of Gwe West local government area of Benue State. Sources say the incident, which occurred on Tuesday, caused panic and stampede in the rural town, which provided refuge for displaced people from herdsmen violence. Well, they gathered that, Daily Post gathered that the clash led to destruction of official vehicles of the JTF commander, CSP Liam Ake, during an alleged exchange of gunfire. Can you imagine that? Nigerian police and Nigerian army exchanging gunfire. What was the cause? Well, eyewitness accounts say that the police was intercepted by the soldiers at checkpoint while returning from an operation targeted at curbing kidnapping and banditry along the Makodi, Naka, Adoka, Ankpa, and Naka Agagbe roads. Well, the witnesses alleged that there was an exchange of gunfire between the security agencies following a heated argument. Well, the monarch in the area, Chief Deligba Aka, was said to have given refuge to a 3-year-old boy who got missing during the incident. Well, the source said some children were still reported missing, with most of them still saying that the cause of the clash was unclear to them. But a security source who preferred anonymity told journalists in Makodi that the trouble started when the troops at the checkpoint in Naka earlier sighted some motorcyclists transporting butchered cows, a movement the soldiers found suspicious. When the soldiers tried to stop them for questioning, a Toyota Hilux vehicle approached the checkpoint at high speed and ignored repeated signals to halt. The troops fired warning shots as a standard procedure, but the vehicle drove off into Naka town, the source narrated. And I don't hear what happened now. Police and army. Police, they escort people who will carry cow meat. Ay, Jesus Christ, don't suffer. The source added that shortly after, sporadic gunfire erupted in the community, and it was later discovered that some operations in the personnel, police, had allegedly fired into the air in celebration of a successful operation. Unfortunately, a 12-year-old boy was hit in the leg by a stray bullet. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Try. Well, that's what it is, man. That's what it is, man. Okay, so he's currently receiving treatment in Naka Medical Center and is in stable condition. Operations and the personnel reportedly returned to the checkpoint to demand the release of suspect earlier arrested with mutilated cow believed to have been rustled. One of the suspects allegedly confessed that the cows were being transported in the Operation Zenda vehicle that had refused to stop earlier. Can you imagine? When I don't see waiting to happen now. Look at what is happening. And they came back celebrating successful operation. Where the bandits and the terrorists were una kill. Una catch. Na cow, una go carry cow meat inside police vehicle. They run. Army says, stop, stop. The same security operatives, if you are doing the right thing and the army man told you to stop, why coming? You no go stop. You were going, they even fired the warning shot, you branch, enter Naka Street and started shooting sporadically in the air. Nigerian police said, now, what? Now, a young boy, 12 years, has been shot in the leg. Well, this is exactly why insecurity is not abating in this country. Very, very funny. Well, a TT HNL, a TT United launched New Jersey in 2025-2026 season Wow, still on the sports 2026 World Cup playoff. Nigeria beat Gabon 4-1 to qualify. All right, let's take a look at the Vanguard newspaper. On the Vanguard newspaper, no religious persecution, genocide in Nigeria. Idris Tugal in the AU, well, the federal government has rejected claims of Christian genocide in Nigeria, describing the allegation as false and damaging to the country's image. Well, you keep talking about false and damaging to country's image and people are dying. You are worried about image of Nigeria when people are dying. I beg, man, come on, go sit down. Anyway, it was a war of words between Piers Morgan, the British reporter who hosted Nigeria Foreign Minister Tuga. Idris Tuga said there is no genocide, and Piers Morgan kept asking him, what about the Chibok boys? Chibok boys. And then, right now, after they came back, Idris Tuga started posting on social media that Piers Morgan should not edit what he said, or play the whole video, everything I said, the explanation I gave, or don't go and edit it and bring something down that will make us look bad. The fear of Tinubu, who tell you to go talk something we're not supposed to talk. But that program is called Piers Morgan Uncensored. It's uncensored because whatever you say will be given to the public. Piers Morgan is a no-holds-bar, one of my favorite interviewer. If he interview you, you go, no, say somebody can interview you. Those are the kind of people I like. Well, Piers Morgan has promised to release a full video very soon. We are waiting. All right. Wike soldiers altercation. Respect the uniform. No offense committed. General Irabo and Metawale is talking. Metawale is also the minister. And Irabo, former chief of army staff, is also talking. The dust raised by the altercation between the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Nyesom Wike, and a naval officer in Abuja a few days ago is yet to settle. As the former chief of defense staff, General Lucky Irabo, retired, a Minister of State for Defense, Bello Matawale, yesterday warned that any act of disrespect towards the uniformed service amounted to an affront on the authority of the Nigerian state. Bam! For those of you always talking, the man no get respect, the officer no get respect. It is not about the man. It's about who and what he represents. He represents the authority of the Nigerian state. Wearing that khaki, wearing that uniform, that camouflage, that green, beautiful green khaki of Nigerian army. You respect it. Wike didn't show no respect to the Nigerian state when he started insulting and using very, very condescending words against a military officer. We keep saying this. It is not the action of the soldier who says, I won't shut up. It is you that is telling him to shut up. You are actually telling Nigerian state to shut up. You are actually telling Nigerian state that you are fools. That is exactly what Minister Wike said. He went ahead to go and host a press conference. I don't want to dwell on what he said because there's nothing different he will say from what he keeps saying. He is the one that went around trying to intimidate people with his ministers and all the entourage of security he carried there. The soldier stood his ground, and then you turn around to say he's intimidating you. If not for the security chief, you have killed all of us, shoot all of us, believing that the military came there to shoot or trying to incite the people against a man who was carrying out direct orders. And somebody in his right senses will get up and be saying, no, he didn't do it. He should have allowed that. He's 001. Abuja, he's a minister of Abuja, everything, all the lands under his control. Who said so? President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is 001. There's no governor in Abuja for a reason, because the president controls the city. It's not the minister. The minister only acts instead of the president. So that is the only person that can give him. He's the chief of the CNC, the commander-in-chief. That's what they call him. Well, the president, Wike, you just did what you shouldn't do, where the minister actually dismissed any justification for disciplining Lieutenant A. Yerima, the naval officer involved in the fracas, describing the encounter as unnecessary and avoidable. All Wike. All he needed to do, if a soldier is saying, I am giving order, you don't even need to go there. Call the department where the order was given and sort yourself up there. It's just like big man and big man talk, big men understand. You leave the big man, come to follow small picking, they drag. What an insult. You understand? What an insult. It's just like you go to somebody, the MD is there, and you go and be arguing with a gate man. And you come as a big man who's supposed to be talking to the MD and you're arguing with the gate man. Does it make any sense to you? If you come to go to any office and the gate man say you shouldn't come and you have access to the MD, it's not to call the MD directly. I'm here at your gate and your gate man say I shouldn't enter. He said it is you that gave the order. What is going on? And both of you will talk easy. We can every time. Anyway, that's it for that. Let's move on. No, they pay. Never every time they pay, my brother. Well, I apologize to my teammates after the missed chance. Oshime missed goal yesterday. We can't wonder. Goals that they eat drinks for breakfast. He was just missing them left, right, and center. For head, for leg, for left leg, right leg. Even, I don't know whether anyone using Belesco. No one walk. Surprisingly, he now had to score 2 goals. We don't forgive him anyway. Had it been Nigeria, come out. Oshime, Jesus, my geography of Africa. Had it been Nigeria, no qualify. Oshime, the whole love for don't turn hate. In fact, Galatasaray fans self, now then go get you. Nigerian fans will just forget you. That's how Nigeria is. They praise you today, they kill you tomorrow. Anyway, that's it. PDP crisis. Nwabara Saraki disagree over tomorrow's convention. The 2 former Senate President and leader of the People's Democratic Party, PDP Senators Adolfo Nwabara and Bukola Saraki, have disagreed over holding the party's National Convention bill to start tomorrow in Ibadan, your state capital. Well, while Nwabara, the chairman of the Board of Trustees, said the exercise must go on against the plans of those he said wanted to kill the PDP, Saraki, a former governor of Kwara State, said holding the convention amid ongoing legal dispute would worsen the crisis ravaging the party. On what side of the divide are you? People, let's get your take on all these beautiful headlines I've been reading out to you since this morning. It's time for you to holler. Pick up your phone, 0911 20022 or 0707 454 1014. Those are the numbers to punch and get us online. Hello, good morning, and welcome to the show. Who am I line?
Good morning, my very good friend, Barry Cosmos. How are you this morning?
I am great. Welcome aboard.
Thank you. Olumbise Onyeze Ezelobo.
All right.
My brother, on the issue of Wike, Felix Wike, and his problem in this country called Nigeria for now. Is this not the same Wike that told everybody in the ministry from the level 14 to the 0 level should not come inside the secretariat or ministry with their phones?
Yes.
Is it not a threat? It's a threat. So you then now ask yourself, for Canadian court telling Nigerians that the APC and the PDP is a terrorist party in Nigeria, have you seen the atom of that terrorism? How can a minister telling people not to go into the office with their cell phones because of his fortune or his bad character in the system? For him, insulting that young man, that ministry guy with a Nigerian uniform, is it not an insult to Nigerian government and the Nigerians in general?
Okay.
If Tinubu meant to be a good president, he could have been disciplined Wike by now. I don't know why he's wasting time. That's my take. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you very much. Our first caller for today. Good morning.
Good morning, Barry.
Okay, welcome aboard.
Good morning, Buru.
I greet you, my brother.
Prince Emma Okwana, calling from Durban's compound.
All right, Prince. Prince, go ahead.
All these things you have been reporting from the press.
Hello?
The fact is that whether anybody likes it or not, we are in the hands of criminals in Nigeria. People who are always putting the cat before the horse. People who are always putting the cat before the horse.
Okay.
Jokers. That is the problem we have in this country.
Okay.
We are already trapped. And the only way to get ourselves out of this trap is to remove these mediocres.
Okay.
Otherwise, as long as they are there, Uruburi,
All right.
You will continue to gnash your teeth.
All right. Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you.
So what I'm trying to say in effect is this. Come 2027, if you are not to continue lamenting, the election will be between these people now holding us to hostage and the Nigerian people.
All right. Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you. Time. Thank you very much so that others can contribute for the program. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Barry, my brother from another mother.
I greet you. Welcome, sir.
Yes, and they call you here from Elume Chemical Business.
Ndejike, welcome, sir.
Let me fire down.
All
You
right.
see, this is where we talk concerning Wike and this never officer.
Okay.
The truth is clear within Fanta and Coke. Wike thought he's dealing with Fubarak.
Oh.
It's in a River State case where he take Dua Kamu and Akara. He forget say Kaki no be leather. In the wear leather, that young man, they wear Kaki. Representing
All right. Thank you.
Nigerian army all over the world.
Thank you, my brother.
So that man, he forgets the generals are the highest court in the world. Make him respect himself so that he no go fall into more problems. Thank you very much, buddy. Have a good day.
Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Hello, my brother, Barry.
I greet you.
My name is Okechukwu Biduma.
Okay.
I'm calling from Omuafo, Okwaja. You see, I have a contrary opinion, concerning this Wike and the Yerimas saga.
Okay.
In my own opinion, I can say that that naval officer who was sent by his order, the whole problem is from his order because his order supposed to have met the Wike in the office and discuss about whether those persons will demolish or not, or meet the president, which is Tinubu, and discuss with him before sending the junior officer to confront Wike. And Wike is a fearless man. Wike is right on what he did.
Okay.
The Kake man is working for.
Thank
he's
you.
working for.
Thank
Hello?
you. Thank you very much.
Hello?
Can I ask you a simple question?
Yeah.
Can I ask you a simple question? You say Wike is right? So,
yeah.
because his Oga did the wrong thing, should Wike do the wrong thing too?
The wrong thing brought about a wrong behavior. The Oga supposed to do Wike.
I asked the question. Answer my question. I'm asking, if the young soldiers Oga did the wrong thing, should Wike also do the wrong thing?
Wike try to discipline him, to tell him what he's supposed to do.
Wike try to discipline him as what? As a superior military officer or what?
Wike is a superior officer in the Nigerian government. He's a minister.
That is where you. Hold on. You are in public. I want you to let's educate yourself a little bit. The military is the military. The military have a chain of command, and Wike as a civilian has no authority whatsoever to command a soldier. I hope you know that. Now, if a soldier is given an order by his superior, how can a civilian come to do that? The only civilian that can change that order is a CNC. I hope you understand. So I don't understand. You people know the Constitution. You don't read it. You people, we just keep talking. We just keep talking as if we are talking in a beer parlor. This is not about sentiments, whether the young man was right or the man. I am not even worried about what the young man did. I'm worried about what Wike, as a honorable member, did. You can't go there and be exchanging words with a young small soldier. Even if you think he's junior, some people say because he's a senior, by respect, you should have respected. Respect what? If you don't respect yourself, how do you get respect? It's a very simple thing. If I go to the street now and be arguing with a Agboro in the street, I'm not respecting myself. If something happens, I call the authorities and say, okay, this is that. You respect yourself and go. If you stay in Agboro Motor Park and behave like Agboro, you'll be treated like Agboro, period. It's a very simple thing. I don't know why you people don't want to understand. Those of you saying Wike, his Oga should have gone to Wike's office. Go and do what? All the lands Wike has collected that has court order directing him, don't do this, he does it. He has already collected 30 acres of land that was given to service chief when they were in power. This man was the chief of naval staff. That land was allocated to him when that land was given to the service chief. Wike will collect it and give it to judges. Now he has collected that land again and given it to INEC chairman. He has collected people's land, built houses and given to judges. And then you leave all these things in the name of he's a superior. Come on now. Let's leave all these things. We worship people in power as if they don't do wrong. That's wrong, and wrong things can never be right. I am not even after what the soldier did. The soldier did professionally, obeyed the order given to him. He was standing there. Let's applaud him, not condemn him. Everybody is saying you cannot punish a soldier who was standing on his order given to him by a superior officer. And those of you who say he's retired, the man is, hey, once a general, always a general. Know that and know peace. Please, let's get to the messages. Prince Anukam, KSJI, Honorable Dr. Sir Prince Anukam, KSJI, texting from where he said, lessons from this clash between Wike and Yerima. Sometimes a single moment can teach a whole generation what leadership, discipline, and restraint really means. Thank you. When the minister Nyesom Wike clashed with the naval officer, A.M. Yerima, on that Abuja land site, most people only saw a shooting match. But look deeper, there is a powerful message in that scene. Power is loud, while discipline is calm. While one side raised their voices, the other raised their standard. Real strength isn't a shouting, it is in staying composed when provoked. That's number one. Number two, he's saying uniforms don't define integrity actions. That officer stood his ground respectfully. He didn't abuse his uniform. He didn't disrespect authority. He simply represented what the Navy stands for, order and obedience to duty. I like that one. Leadership isn't about fear. It's about fairness. Minister Nyesom Wike's passion shows how our leaders often mistake authority for control. Exactly. True leadership listens, questions, and corrects without breaking respect. And Nigeria doesn't need more noise. We need more character. Every profession, every citizen has a role to play in building a country where people can disagree with dishonor, without dishonor. Thank you very much, Dr. Sir Prince Anukam. This is a beautiful write-up, and I think I agree with every point you've raised here. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Agree to you. Agree to you.
Good morning. This is Prince Ebuka from Moji. Very good friend.
Ebuka, go ahead. Welcome.
Thank you. Actually, what Wike did was very wrong. I'm not in support of him.
Okay.
Because the right thing to do is when you come, like you rightly said, when you come to a rich man's house and the gate man stands there to tell you that my Oga said nobody enters here, and you know the rich man very well. You have his number. The best thing to do is just reach out to the rich man and tell him, look at. He will not be the one to call the gate man. So like when I visited my sister, they have gate man. You can't come there without calling my sister first, without coming to his house. When you come, you bounce back because you must definitely call him before the gate man will open the gate. So what is this wrong? And he's there insulting the young man. The man did not even insult him. Or just answering him, yes, sir. That's why he's calling him, you are a fool. He said, I'm not a fool, sir. So I didn't see any reason why they asked the young man to apologize. He said, it's wicked that I'm supposed to apologize to the young man. That is the right thing to do.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. All right. Good morning.
Barry, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Never from World Bank.
Okay.
You don't need to waste the time on solving some of our scholars.
Okay.
98% on one side, 2% on the other side.
Okay.
You should understand what it means.
Okay.
You understand? When somebody uses the word, Wike is a powerful man. Powerful in which sense? He's facing the crisis in BDP. Wike. Leadership, Wike. In ministry, Wike. When Nigeria had our president to talk anyhow, it's appointee will be talking the way you see. See, people should not stop taking. I listened to one radio station this morning in Kwara State. Also program just like yours now. The people are alleged that we can use military to demolish those opposition members' in River State during his days as a governor. What he did in Obibo with military. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if we say somebody, a whole naval officer or guy cannot use military, you as a governor, and you use which is even against the law. But let me leave that side, Jerry. Let me go into the issue of army. The army ranking, when somebody come into power, they send the junior officer to high rank and design the rest. Barry, we got it worse. I'm not saying Nigeria has been good. In 2015, if you remember, this is started with Buhari. Because of his political nature of appointment. Because he wants somebody from maybe a particular extraction or maybe a particular side, he will retire about 20 or 18, 30 officers just for him to make a particular individual to head that department. This is started, he become obvious in 2015. And his education has also started on that. Why should he remove someone that has been in army general, and bring a junior officer to head him as which is against the army, even during the military rule.
All right,
so
thank you.
It has been the norm, and they will continue to do that. Until we let the people who are supposed to be in the power.
All right, thank you.
What is the shenanigans that's coming from APC?
Thank you. There's no time. Let others contribute. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you for your contribution. Comrade Ampadek Chidozenwosu, texting from Omoakano Haji, the most peaceful community in Imo State. He says, good morning, Barry Cosmos, my own brother. The lingering infighting in the PDP is a clear indication that some persons have vowed that the party must be destroyed. And the number one person is Wike. He's very selfish and arrogant. It's apparently obvious that the party is heading to the abyss and cannot win any election again. I wish I have the capacity to deregister the party. PDP is supposed to be a formidable opposition party in Nigeria, but it's really unfortunate that they have nothing to show. Let them continue while Bola Ahmed Tinubu is getting ready to win again in 2027. Dr. Mrs. Mao Lebara from Owerri, he says, Wike, know thyself, man is his worst enemy and usually a victim of his own philosophy. His beginning is gentle, but the rise gradual. When full of himself, behold his nosedive fall. No wonder they caution. Man, know thyself. Man appears to learn little from history. Do we recount the rise, tyranny, and deposition of many rulers in history like Adolf Hitler, Joseph Mobutu, Nguema, Idi Amin, Sani Abacha, etc., etc.? These were people who had sway as supreme commanders in whose hands the Amin lie the power of life and etc. What I know is that every sway as supreme commanders in those by whose hands the Amin lie the power of life and etc. What I know is that every sway as supreme commanders in those by whose hands the Amin lie the power of life and etc. Only thing I have to say this morning is that this country is full of mystery. Those by whose hands the Amin America one go says. It's okay, my friend from Futo. He says, Engineer Ebuka texting from Futo. A very good morning, Barry, my good friend. The public position articulated by General Lucky Rabo, retired, and the current Minister of Defense on the reactionary and unstable behavioral output displayed by Minister Wike contrasted with their commendation of the calibrated high-fidelity professional conduct of Navy Lieutenant Yerima constitutes a strategic alignment in the right operational trajectory. Physics. Their intervention functions as a catalyst within the national security ecosystem. Chemistry and biology don't enter. Promoting a positive chain reaction that stabilizes the system, behavioral kinetics. Physics is back. By endorsing Lieutenant Yerima's discipline, they reinforce the engineering principle of structural integrity, load-bearing accountability, and procedural optimization. This one is science, while in chemical terms, ensuring that institutional ethics maintain a steady state equilibrium rather than drifting into corrosive instability. Science, physics, chemistry, biology all put together. In essence, their stance serves as a buffering agent neutralizing toxic administrative behaviors and strengthening the overall mechanical and chemical resilience of the nation's defense architecture. Indeed, Kakino Bileda. Engineer Buka texting from Futo. Hell, Engineer Buka, I beg now, save us. Hey, not everybody go Futo, not everybody be engineer like you. Okay, that's good. I love reading that message. It reminds me a great deal of the classroom. Good morning.
Good morning, Barry.
I greet you.
I am Chief Bright Ago.
Okay.
I'm calling from Ohabele, London, in Obosema.
Okay.
I think weakest action towards that military officer is a disgrace to Nigeria.
Anyway.
But it's a national disgrace.
Mm.
We know Wike is braggart.
Oh, what?
Is an arrogant. But then, that uniform the young military officer was wearing should have been what Wike should have considered while abusing the military man. That is the reason why I said it's a national disgrace. And I think Wike's pride has reached high heaven.
Right.
And I wonder why President Tinubu up till now have not called Wike to order. When will Wike stop disgracing Nigeria? Just like President of US, Donald Trump, called Nigeria a disgraced country. It's because of what Wike did to Lieutenant Yerima.
Thank you.
And
Thank you, my brother.
Later, Mama Mvasa once said, the day a country starts to insult herself, others will join.
Thank you very much.
My name remains Chief Bright Ago.
Thank you, Chief Bright Ago. Well, on our YouTube, we have Elder Chijoke Wuchuku says, Barrio, happy morning, Nigerians are catching cruise because Wike descended to the gallery and lost it. Typical of a drunken man, and he left defeated. I describe him as so blown out fuse. Anyway, Elder Chijoke from Irete as usual. Sunny Barry says, good morning, Mr. Barry. Wike should understand power is transient. Nothing lasts forever. One day, posterity will always judge us for whatever we do. Wike Zekwenike. All right, thank you very much. That is the message from our YouTube. When we come back, we're going to be taking more messages on the YouTube. Please join me up on YouTube, people. Now, there is this incident that happened in Benue State where the police and the army had a shootout, and the stray bullet hit this young boy in Benue State, 12-year-old boy, who is now receiving treatment in Accra. It's so appalling that we have a security architecture made up of the military and, of course, the paramilitary. The police will now be escorting stolen cow, rustled cows, meat, and the rest of them, to the extent that they are now shooting, having a shooting match with the army, who has a checkpoint in a volatile area. Now, that community in Accra is having displaced persons who are living like refugees in a country not at war. It is so funny. Benue State is bleeding, and these people predominantly there are all Christians who have been displaced from their land. And then our Minister for Foreign Affairs, Tuga, is shouting at AU and having a shouting match with Piers Morgan on social media that there is nothing like Christian genocide. Now you leave the problem only for you to come and be doing a shooting match over obedience. So what were you running away from when there is a shoot? You, first and foremost, the police know that there's a military checkpoint there. Stop the complicity in our security architecture. It's just too much. It's just too much. Who was the commanding officer of that police team? They need to be brought to book. If the military says stop, you stop. In the hierarchy of the architecture, Nigerian Army comes as number one. Every other thing is number 2, 3, 4, from the Navy to the Air Force, down to the police. And the Nigerian Army says stop. He said, no way, I ain't stopping. What a bombshell. Hello, good morning. My final caller for the newspaper review. Welcome aboard.
Good morning, Barry Cosmos.
Welcome, Sire.
Yeah, my name is Steve Ozemna. I'm calling from Owerri.
All right. Go ahead, Steve.
Barry, I am beginning to think that Atiku Abubakar did us a very good favor in 2023 by stopping Wike from flying the flag of PDP in the presidential election.
Okay.
Honestly, is this the kind of man we would have had as our president?
Try.
And Barry, look at, that is why Igbo people say, when a wrong behavior is endured for a while, people will begin to see it as a norm. Look at what people are saying. Is Wike a minister? Do you know that Wike doesn't have immunity?
Yeah.
Do you know that the Inspector General of Police can order for arrest of Wike? So he is not the supreme authority. And everybody should look at the behavior of that boy. Wike did wrong. There is no two ways about it. But people have begun to see he is powerful, so he can do anything he likes. Is he the first minister of Abuja, or Federal Capital Territory? Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much, Steve Zerman. And that brings us to the end of the newspaper review this morning. We take a short break now. When we come back, we will be going for the news update at 10. Please don't touch that dial. When we come back, we'll continue with the conversation. Remember, our conversation is going to center on the issue of the Nigerian Army, Navy, Air Force, and of course, even the police. Why do we give juniors superior appointment, and that will lead to the retirement of the most trained soldiers or military personnel who are on ground? Where would they take those intelligence and the training to? If they decide to turn evil and start training a militant group, how can you now contain them? That is what we are going to be discussing today. Don't touch that dive. We'll be right back.
Echo FM.
This week to help those in need.
If you know that it's God Almighty that created you and created we Nigerians like you need to do good things for us because the masses are suffering. How you can suspend me here? How we are slaves?
And I'm going to win this election.
That is the truth.
Stay informed with Echo FM 100.7. Join us for exclusive interviews with experts, breaking updates on local and global events, and in-depth coverage of issues impacting our community. Tune in every weekday at 6:30 a.m., 12 noon, 2 p.m., and 6 p.m. for our major news bulletin in English, Igbo, and Pidgin language. For more inquiries, you can reach us through our email, echofm@thekingmail.com. You can follow us on our social media handles at Echo FM. Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. We are the Fresh News People.
Echo FM.
Go begin, Jim. Hello, good morning and welcome to the news update at 10 from the station with the balance of reporting. Here are the latest stories we are keeping tabs on. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has reiterated his administration's resolve to promote inclusive governance by strengthening national institutions and fully enhancing Nigeria's human and material resources. Addressing participants of the National Defense College Course 33, he stressed that national growth depends on sustained reforms and older coordination across sectors. He encouraged the senior officers to remain committed to driving transformation within their respective formations, assuring that the government will continue to prioritize training and capacity development to enhance the effectiveness of the country's defense and security frameworks. The federal government has cautioned that Nigeria may lose its projected $5 billion leather industry to the widespread consumption of hides and skin, popularly called Bomo. The Raw Materials Research and Development Council said the continuous diversion of hides for food reduces raw material availability for manufacturers and weakens export prospects. The council also revealed that many hides in circulation are treated with toxic chemicals such as formalin and diesel, posing serious health risks. It warned that Momo contributes little national value, nutritional value, and urges Nigerians to prioritize safer alternatives to support both industrial growth and public health. The Joint Admission and Matriculation Board has successfully conducted nationwide computer-based promotional examinations for 6,000 directorate level civil servants under the Federal Civil Service Commission. The exercise also featured participants from the UK, USA, India, and Egypt, highlighting the government's move towards a globally aligned assessment system. The FCSC Commissioner, Dr. Hussaini Adamu, commended the smooth coordination of the exercise across all centers, noting that the transition to CBT strengthens transparency, reduces malpractice, and improves the overall credibility of promotional processes within the civil service. The Enugu State Police Command has arrested and arraigned a woman identified as Chisom for allegedly fabricating claims that her husband sexually assaulted their 2 daughters. Police investigation uncovered several inconsistencies in her report, with the couple's 7-year-old son stating voluntarily that their mother coached them to lie. Authorities said the suspect later attempted to withdraw her allegation after realizing the investigation contradicted her claims. She had since been charged with giving false information, conspiracy, and defamation, as police emphasizes their commitment to ensuring justice and protecting innocent citizens from false accusations. Troops of Operation Hardin Kai have successfully rescued 74 National Youth Service Corps members from an attempted abduction by terrorists along the Burate-Kamuya Road in Borno State. According to a statement issued by the Operations Media Information Officer, Lieutenant Colonel Sani Uba, terrorists have attempted to intercept the Corps members' convoy before troops swiftly intervened. The rescued NYC members were safely evacuated to their destination, while the area was secured to prevent further threats. The military commended the troops for their prompt response and reaffirmed its commitment to ensuring the safety of citizens traveling across the region. And in business, the Energy Governance Alliance has commended the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission for unveiling the 2025 oil licensing round, describing it as a significant boost to investor confidence. The group noted that the initiative comes at a crucial time when global competition for energy investment is intensifying. It added that the launch in London before top international investors was strategic, signaling Nigeria's readiness to deepen transparency and competitiveness in the oil and gas sector. The alliance urged the government to continue supporting NUPRC with consistent policies and institutional reforms to sustain investor interest. On the foreign scene, Ukraine has been thrown into political turmoil following the registration of its energy and justice minister over $100 million corruption scandal. Prosecutors allege that the official benefited from kickback schemes tied to major energy contracts, sparking outrage among citizens already suffering from prolonged power outages due to Russian strikes. The scandal has increased pressure on President Vladimir Zelensky to intensify anti-corruption reforms as Ukraine continues its bid for European Union membership. Investigators say the scheme involved transactions linked to Energoatom, the country's state nuclear operator, deepening concerns over accountability within the sector. And in sports, the Super Eagles have boosted their 2026 World Cup hopes after securing a decisive 4-1 victory over Gabon to advance to the final stage of the African playoffs. Nigeria controlled much of the match and narrowly avoided an early setback after a VAR review overturned a potential penalty. Adam Zako opened the scoring before a late Gabon equalizer forced extra time. Chidera Ejuke restored Nigeria's lead, while Victor Osimhen delivered 2 late goals to seal the win. The Eagles will now face either DR Congo or Cameroon in the playoffs final for a spot in the Intercontinental Playoffs. And that's all for the news update at 10, as edited by Benjamin Joseph. For more information and inquiries, visit our social media platforms. On Facebook, it's Echo FM. On our X handle, it's at Echo FM_Very. On Instagram and YouTube, it's Echo FM 100.7. You can listen to us anywhere in the world by clicking on www.echofm.net. And that's the news update at 10.
Echo FM.
It's the sound of the city. Echo 100.7.
Live from the Eastern Heartland, Echo FM 100.7 brings you engaging conversation on trending news.
We need the federal government to sort whatever issue they are having with ASU.
And by December this year, 4,000 MOUs will be employed in Europe.
It's explosive.
Well, first of all, we must understand that war in itself is a display of anarchy. When you talk about war, that is lawlessness at its peak. When you say you are fighting war to keep Nigeria one, no. You fought the war as a manifestation of your incompetence in the management of the crisis that was then part of Nigerian history.
Hilarious.
I get malaria, my cancer. Behind every successful man, there's a woman at the front.
Stop shaking your head. You stop shaking your head. You're one of those who are causing problems.
On action,
and daring.
Mr. President, God will ask all of us, but you will be in the front. I will say, I've told the Senate President.
Our nation remains one of the most insecure and least peaceful in the world today, making Nigeria one of the hungriest countries of the world. Nigerians now spend nearly their entire income on feeding.
We may be hungry, but we can manage our hunger.
My appeal is that you dedicate 20% of 2025, roughly 72 days, to visit each of the 36 states.
Catch the drama, feel the excitement on Straight Talk on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri with the Radio Marshal Barry Cosmos. Every weekday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Join the conversation on Straight Talk with Barry Cosmos. Straight Talk. Get straight analysis. No bending corners.
Let's be poor. Breathe. Echo FM.
All right, people, welcome aboard. Welcome back to the show. It's time for us to go have that conversation. But before we do that, it's time for us to, let me just get at some of the messages that you have been sending out since. We go over to our WhatsApp just before we join our guest. We will be taking out these messages because our guest is supposed to be with us right about now. Fortunately, we are trying to get connected, and network, as usual, is a problem in Nigeria. Let's go over to the messages on our WhatsApp just before we connect with our guest. Buruburu, good morning. Justice Okorafa from Umunakara Emeruwe says, asking, please, sir, can a former military officer give orders to a serving military officer? Now, there's something you need to know. like I always say, once a general, always a general. Now, there are also people who have been detailed as security detail to a former military general. So when a military general is given an order to his security details, he can order them. Now, when you're retired, that doesn't take away your general. It just makes you no longer serving. But the issue is that those security details are directly under his command. The only person that can change it is the CNC or the Chief of Army Staff and the Chief of Defense Staff. Those ones can change the order and, of course, replace your security details if they need be. But once those ones are assigned to you, you give them the order, not people who are not assigned to you. Well, whether you're retired, if a serving soldier or military person see they'll still compliment you and give you your respect. You understand what I'm saying? But you can't give them command. You can only ask them. If you tell the commanding officer there, and of course the commanding officer decides to oblige what you are saying, it's different. But in this case, this man is a security detail assigned to the former naval chief. If that's what you're asking, that command, he is directly under the person he's assigned to protect. All right, thank you very much. If that answers the question, we are going to try and ask the same question to our ex-serviceman who will be joining us pretty soon. Just in a moment, let me see how we can get connected to our guest now. We are trying to get him connected on our phone, but definitely it is not connecting yet, people. Just give me some few minutes, let me connect. All right, welcome back. Let's continue the message. This one says, I'm Solomon Kalu. Solomon Kalu from Old Road Nekede. Thank you for joining us. He says, keep it up. We are enjoying your program over here. May God continue to bless you. The minister's public disparagement with a uniformed officer of the Nigerian Armed Forces transcends mere misconduct. It represents a capable threat to national security and institutional integrity. I love Wike as a person, but he should apologize to President Bola Tinubu. That is what he says. Tinubu, as the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Nigeria and the officer whose honor was violated, a soldier cannot take orders from a civilian unless it passes through his superior. All right, we take this message. This one says, I'm calling to Swagu, a.k.a. Motion, texting from Imopoli. He says, good morning, my good friend. Okay. He said, good morning, my good friend. Wike called someone a fool, and the person replied, I'm not a fool, sir. I don't know why people say the young man insulted Wike. What if the young man called Wike a fool? What would people say? Emotion. From Imopoli. Oh, boy. Okay, we also have this one says, good morning, Barry. Both Wike was only carrying out his function as the Minister of Federal Capital Territory. He only deviated when he started using abusive words on the young officer. However, we should try to balance our contributions on national issues as dispassionately as possible. Because the public already have negative perception about Wike, they will always castigate him, even when he does right. May God bless Nigeria with good leaders. Nnamdi Nwachinemere. All right, that's the gospel according to Nnamdi. This other one says, Ngoka Anthony from Bishop's Court area, where a good morning, Barry Cosmos. Appointment of junior officers as service chiefs is a disservice to the country. This leads to the forceful retirement of their seniors. The experiences acquired by these senior officers are, by this practice, rendered useless. This should be discontinued. And, of course, this other one says, good morning, the big man on the studio. Wike insulted the Nigerian army and Nigerians as well. Wike excesses is too much. I like what the young soldier did to him. Barrio, this tax from the Nigerian government is too much. We are buying costly fuel and they will want to impose more tax on us. 2026. Any little transaction you pay for tax. Why is this government mean and wicked? When is Trump coming, please? Austin Nzeribe is my name. Thank you very much, Austin. And finally, we have this other message. Says, good morning, Barry. I'm Felix Nwozozo from Umuahimberi. Please, weekend need to go for reorientation. Thanks. All right, I think I did justice to the Facebook, the WhatsApp. Yeah, for 2 days now, I've not been able to read your messages, so apologies today. I've done justice to you. All right, let's take a caller while we try to reach our guest who will, because this is something that I need to ask a man who has served in the military. Good morning.
Good morning, Barry.
Welcome aboard. Name and submission. Where are you calling from?
I am Osuji Ikechukwu Bruno.
Okay, Osuji, go ahead.
Please, the issue of the saga in Abuja between the naval officer and Wike made a very blunt mistake. When you know that this land, they have sent soldiers to go and, block anybody from entering, you would have, you have all the capacity. You have all the numbers of the service chief. Call. What is happening? Why did you ask these boys to do this? I'm the minister of FCT. I have an issue on that land. Then you consult Mr. President. And using everything, he uses force. Right from Port Harcourt, he's a force man. Force. The only thing is that young man just respected him. Another, although he has never tested uniform. If another is giving from a superior, another is giving, and it must stand.
Yeah.
The second one is only a fool that fights a man with a rifle. That DSS or policeman who tries to fight that naval officer is a very useless officer.
Okay.
He is not trained. What he would have done, caution them, please. It's okay. Caution this party. Okay, let's go back and do the needful.
All right.
Call all the service chief so that they can address this issue.
Thank
if
you.
the service chief gave order that the boys should return back, you cannot access your land.
Thank you very much, my
and
brother.
we want to use force. We cannot take time come back so that they can address this country. This country.
All right.
We don't need that at this point.
Thank you very much, my brother. All right. All right, I think we're trying to join our guest here. It's on our line now. Let's see where
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
All right. Sorry, we've been trying to connect you. Network has been acting funny. All right, people.
That's Nigeria for you.
We are live with Big Brother Ewelike. Justin is an ex-serviceman. He was of the military, I think that's medical, right? Am I correct?
Yeah.
All right, welcome aboard to Echo FM 100.7. We are taking a look at this issue. First and foremost, the debate of the Wike and the military personnel, the naval officer. What is your take on that one? Let's hear from an ex-serviceman. What's your take on that?
It was a national disgrace.
Ew.
National disgrace in the sense that even in the same country, Wike should have been in Port Harcourt by now. He should have been retired or sent back home.
Why?
The symbol of that uniform is authority of Nigeria.
Okay.
He did not only insulted the president, he insulted Nigeria as a whole. Above all, the information gathered that already before this issue is before the higher authority.
Okay.
Where he would have taken it from there. He called the chief for defense staff as land, called the chief for naval staff. That same money. And as you say, they are going to investigate that matter.
Okay.
What has been told that I don't know why he should use his 1,000 life to go down to that very place. It's okay, he make an announcer discipline officer.
Okay.
We would have been talking a different thing altogether if we have made somebody who wants to behave like him.
Okay.
It was a national embarrassment. We should be in his zone by now.
All right. Thank you.
Not my own take.
Thank you very, very much for your contribution. All right. Let's go over to this issue of appointments. That's the major reason I wanted to ask from you, because we are hearing now that before the appointment of the current chief of staff, the service chief, we had about 57 senior officers by commission dates and all that. So what exactly is this new nomenclature of or whatever process of hiring junior officers in place and then retiring the senior ones, because a junior cannot expect compliments from a senior in the military. So can you explain take us through this whole madness?
Let me not go too far from 1999 when the civil rule, because we are not in democracy.
Okay.
We are still in civil rule.
Okay.
Let me not start it from here and do a good luck regime.
Okay.
So that I'll be able to be current to what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
If you recall, during good luck here and do a regime. As soon as good luck took over after what happened now, nature called. By then, that Bazua was the chief of army staff.
Okay.
Get the point. Then Iwejika came. Iwejika came in to replace him. Appointed by good luck. Why did he appoint Iwejika at the expense of other people? Because first, Iwejika is from his own clan. Very close to him, whom he believes he can protect his administration against coup or what have you. So that trend started and was almost, you remember at a point, it became a problem that Iwejika must go. What did good luck do again? Good luck went back home and appointed Minima.
Okay.
Hello?
I can hear you. Go on.
Yeah, good luck went ahead, went back to his real place, go, and appointed Minima.
Okay.
Who is from his own area. Why is he appoint Minima? Because he wants to make sure that actually he appointed his brother who he believes he can trust in quote, so that to secure his government. And in fact, in army, what time he talk about is around the forces, talk of years or service, not even age, like a civil servant or public servant can talk. Once you are that 35 years of military service, you must go. But the trend change that each time any president come in, what he will do is that he will retire the most senior ones and appoint somebody believe his brother or from his own area, geopolitical zone, or maybe somebody very close to him that he think he can trust, who will not harm his government to rule it.
What you're saying now is that it started when democracy started in Nigeria.
Yes, it became one obvious. I just copied from Yarada Good Luck time.
Okay.
And I'll give you an instance.
Okay.
Dan Bazan was the chief of army staff, for instance. At the time Good Luck took over, how do you want to consolidate his government and be sure that there was no threat against his government? He appointed the way you can very close to his axis. And even you can overstayed, even retired more than I was supposed to say. And when the pressure becomes too much on Good Luck, what he did was he went down home now, his bedroom, let me use the language bedroom, and appointed Minima. This was the same area to make sure that actually he stayed in his office to finish his tenure. Before 2015 I came in, Buhari already came in and consolidated on that. Murotai took over as the chief of army staff from the same axis with Buhari to consolidate his government. And Murotai even stayed more than required, even after age of retirement. They were still allowed to continue the system. And the things affected the junior ones. And in fact, Nigeria spent a whole lot of money training these generals. In fact, at the end of the day, all this money be wasted. Foreign training, for that matter, in hard currency. And in fact, when this appointment take over, you will discover that all the whole corps commanders, GOCs, brigade commanders, COs, garrison commanders, the whole is trickled down. The chief of army staff must be the most senior. So if his senior is in a brigade commander or the GOC or the command corps, he must go to maintain that because it can't be my junior now, and then you have been appointed. I will allow you to remain. You will go. Otherwise, there will not be respect. Giving you compliment will be a problem.
Okay. All right. That's well understood. That's the problem. As it stands now, we have 57 generals that had to leave. 57. That's a huge number. Because from what I know, at least those generals that are supposed to be retired now, the regular courses of 39 and 40, and then the chief of army staff, Major General YD Shaibu, is from 41 regular commission, commissioned in 1994. So because of this, many officers from earlier courses had to retire. In this now, when they retire, is there a vacuum in experience and in training when it comes to the Nigerian army? Do you think this is also affecting the fight against insurgency?
You have said it all. If you experience the matter in whatever you are doing. Take for instance, that your professional job you are doing there. Take back when you started into the broadcasting industry.
Yeah.
From down to the period, and your level of performance now, be able to see there's a growth, rapid improvement in your handling of issues, in the handling of the matters, state matters, what have you.
Okay.
Unlike when we started as initial stage.
Yeah.
You grow in the system, and the essence of growing in the system is for you to reproduce the younger ones, pass your experience to them. It's not when the government spending a lot of money training you. Most of these training courses are abroad, though. This general, you see, say, before you become 1-star general, 2-star general, 3-star general, it's not easy. And a lot of money is being spent. And you find that the thing will affect what you're asking. Insurgency. It's experience.
Okay,
you
so...
cannot just somebody who is a new fact into the system, and you give him appointment as GOC or Chief of Army Staff. You won't know where to start because you want to formalize your government, want to stabilize your government. The thing is affected. You are talking about something. Up to now, they are getting up to 600 generals that have retired in 2015. Over 500 plus.
Yes, I was just going to ask you, we have a Pretoria of retired generals, and there are accusations that the retired generals are the ones training the insurgents. Do you agree with that?
There's no proof, allegedly.
Okay. That's why I said there are allegations to that effect.
Yes.
There are allegations. And we're also hearing that, like, foreign nationals recruit these people for their illicit mining, especially in the northern part of Nigeria, where we have generals... where this is a public knowledge now, allegedly, of course.
That is possible.
So,
that is possible.
So you're thinking that this is not counterproductive for Nigerian army or the Nigerian military?
Very, very counterproductive. Coupled with the one they are recruiting rebels back to the army. These are most of the problem Nigerians are having. When you retire these people untimely at their practice when they want to their peak, they have a lot of things they are feeling about you and about the government, about the country as a whole. They know somebody who is frustrated. They are ready to do anything. After the essence of this is to make life worth living, both for you and those around you. If they are no one from any foreign country, and this stuff I know will always come in that currency, but they will see them driving so easily. And what do you do? That experience Nigeria Army don't want. They impact it to the people who will now protect the mining. Officially, the government is aware that illegal mining, and these are people involved. Remember, Sanabata told you that any insecurity that lasts for more than 24 hours, government is involved.
Okay. All right, so let's look at institutional memory. This retirement, what does it do to the institutional memory of, for instance, if senior officers who came in through earlier NDA regular courses had to resign? Is it decades of operational experience gone? Deep knowledge of Nigerian theaters, Northeast and all that. So before they retire, are they given time to brief these younger ones that are coming up now?
Which time are they giving? Which time are they? Are they aware that is Christopher Musa where he's going? And those who just left. It depends on if it's a political interest. When the system is being politicized, nobody gives anybody free information. Ordinarily, if they wanted to give the free information, the basic year for retirement in Nigeria is 35 years of service. 35 years, not even age. Even if you are 70 years, you've not gotten up to that 35 years of mandatory service. That's what I'm calling it. Unless it is voluntary. Even the army work is voluntary. Maybe on high ground you can go.
All right, thank you very much, Brother Welike. We wanted to hear from an ex-serviceman. And, of course, the leadership vacuum, just before you go. Is there any leadership vacuum in Nigerian army now based on these retired generals, in your own estimation?
You say what?
Is there any leadership vacuum? I'm not talking of people.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. A complete one. If I have to rate it in percentage, it's over 85% vacuum leadership, whatever.
Wow.
Over 85. And you know what it means in Nigeria? We are still comfortable as a country is the security of the nation. And when we look at this and looking down upon others, these people are human beings, so
all right.
They have feelings.
Thank you very much, Brother Ewelike, for joining us. Ewelike Justin is an ex-serviceman and, of course, an experienced one. Thank you very much for your contribution. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you, my brother. You are always welcome.
Thank you. All right, that was our guest on phone where we are conversing and asking questions. Let's get to you, our listener here. What do you make of our conversation so far? Good morning.
Hello, Barry. Good morning.
The senior citizen at last is here. Let me ring a bell of blessing for you.
At last, how many days? Barry.
Welcome, sir.
The world is fun, bro.
No be smart.
Where we started.
No be smarty.
2 or 3 sentences for this morning, Barry.
Yes, sir.
One, I've been talking about Wike. I never had anybody remind us that Nyesom Wike is a life venture in a profession that is extremely conservative. That's all I will say about Wike.
Okay.
Why is nobody referring to that very, very important point for his public service and public image? Nyesom Wike is a life venture. I'll finish with that. As for what your guests have just told your people now, Barry, listen, there is reason why we must study history. What were the issues in
Aburi Accord?
What is it, Aburi Accord?
Yeah.
Yes. That who was the most senior military officer in Nigeria at the time Hiroshi was killed? He was the person to step in. Ojukwu insisted on that. And it was not convenient for the most senior person to step in and for the next person after him to step in. Barry, that is where we are today. Good morning. I'm senior citizen Mazu Zama.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much. Mazu Zama has stirred up a honest nest again with that, bringing out that historical fact again. This is not like it started today. It's the political corruption in this military architecture. Good morning.
Good morning, Barry.
I greet you. Welcome aboard, sir.
Good morning, Buru One.
I greet you. Welcome, sir.
Yeah, this is Daddy Joe. I come from Obago this morning.
Daddy Joe, welcome, sir.
God bless you. God bless you and bless our guest this morning.
Okay.
My brother, to start with, I know that this issue of Wike and the Yerima is really taking us out of our Trump visit. Let it not be a strategy of allowing Trump not to come. Trump should still up and come. Please, I'm a Wike. We should know that Wike is a money bag politician.
Okay.
And all these people now are more protesting. That one must apologize. This and that. Because in fact, you get to be watching him now. He has denied that he never called the boy a fool. Completely. He has denied totally. Well, even when the thing is on social media. You understand? So I don't know the moral where the guy will stand to apologize to Wike. You know, if somebody calls somebody a fool, you are idiot. When I think I don't understand. So Nigeria should think, mainly our youth, every little bit they'll give them some more money, they'll go and protest. Wike is the money back politician, he should go and protest to that Yerima. Thank you and God bless you.
All right, thank you very much, Daddy Joe, for your contribution. Wow. All right, I'm tired of talking about Wike. Of course, just finally, Wike has hosted a press conference and it defend his clash with the naval officer. What else is he going to do? How it all started, and Wike clarified. You can go watch that particular one. And of course, he, just like Daddy Joe is saying, he's saying that he didn't insult the officer. How? Okay, let's get another caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Barry Cosmos.
I greet you. Welcome aboard, sir.
How today?
Very fine.
Barry, I want to ask a little question, then I want you to direct me.
Okay.
Please. Do we have 2 presidents in this country?
No.
Do we have 2 judiciary in this country, like federal government and the Islamic court?
We do have, they're all part of the Islamic court is only meant for Islam. People who believe, who agree for the jurisdiction of Islamic court. So that's a different thing entirely. Yes.
Then Christians should have their own court, isn't it?
Well, we don't know about that. Nobody has ever said anything like that.
Okay. Then, Barry, please, do you see the type of human being we have? Now, federal government said that nobody should teach dialing English or vernacular in the school, only English.
Okay.
Then English, is it not a border country?
All right. Well, sir, you're deviating from our conversation. You're taking my mind away from that.
No, I'm coming. Hold it.
Okay.
Now, I'm coming. Now, do you think that if this young man being wicked and the president of this country, don't you see that we have another India in this country?
All right. Well, that's your own interpretation now.
No interpretation, because what I'm telling you is that a soldier is a soldier. Whether it's death or not a death, it's a soldier.
All right. That's true.
Because if his master gives an order to shoot, he will shoot.
Definitely.
If his master tell him to stand, he will stand.
All right. Thank you very much.
Coming to that, a military is a military. We are supposed to respect that military, whether small or big.
Thank you.
That's my take this morning.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, please, everybody, let's turn our attention to the YouTube. And, of course, I'll be taking messages now from YouTube. Everybody sending your messages to our YouTube channel. It is Straight Talk live on YouTube now. Of course, we are there. Just Echo FM. Just type Echo FM. If you've not been to our YouTube channel, please join us and let's get the numbers increasing. We want to get at least to 1,000 subscribers. We just started this channel not quite long ago, but we are appreciative of those of you who have already joined us on YouTube. So let's take in messages from our YouTube channel. Justice Chigompa Okerafo says, good morning, Justice Okerafo from Monakara Meriwether. Please, can a former military officer give order to a serving military? I think I've explained that before. Anna Yo says, good morning, Barry. What we are seeing today is the life of Wike, is the rise and fall of General Wike. Very soon we shall be hearing once again a time there was a man called Wike of Rivers State of Nigeria. All right, Charity Onoha says, I'm so addicted to your program, Sabari. Keep flying, sir. I love what you are doing on air. Thank you very much, Charity Onoha. I appreciate you from Prefab. All the way from Prefab. Thank you very much. Alfonso Chima says, appointing junior military officers over seniors in Nigeria may seem bold, but it undermines experience, fuels resentment, and risks turning our armed forces into a political tool. And that is you, Alfonso, from Amsu Junction. Thank you very much. Chijoke Iwuchukwu says, Barrio, Nigeria is in dire need of civil governance without any bias. The waste of resources is huge. That is Elder Chijoke from Irete. Thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning, Barry.
I greet you.
Dario.
Ew.
How you doing?
No, where is my carry this morning? I've not heard from her.
Carry with two calls. Okay. He has not gotten your line.
Okay.
Thank you very much for the introduction of this topic this morning.
Okay, thank you.
Wike, Zopanike. But for you, one Nigerian, I will not say anything about him and the military personnel, because Wike has his godfather, and whatever he's doing, his godfather is aware of it. That is why. Maybe he needs that land, and he wants that land to be retrieved from the so-called military man. But the retirement of trained generals in Nigeria, not only the military, also in the police, because you want someone that comes from your tribe, despite the fact that he's the senior person ahead. You waste all the resources after all the resources wasted training him, and you retire all of them. And you know the allowances they are due paid even when they are retired, because their full salaries are given to them even on retirement. What a country we are.
Thank you.
So, my good brother, for you, some of you who are Nigerians, this country, no way, no pet, the thing has ruined to the extent that no one can revive it. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you. All right, we're still taking a look at the appointment of junior officers as service chiefs and, of course, the implications. That is what we are trying to take a look at it today. those implications we have enumerated in our conversation, where we've established that there's always going to be loss of institutional memory, decades of operational experience, deep knowledge of Nigerian theaters, and long-term strategic understanding of interagency operations, all lost when you retire the people who were manning and managing those affairs, and they retire them abruptly. It didn't even occur to me while we were preparing to discuss this that the likes of Christopher Musa, who was the chief of defense staff, didn't even know he was going to be retired. It was just we hear, cool, rumor, boy, they retired them, and that's it, unprepared. So the next person coming in is going to try and begin to learn the ropes while doing the job. That leaves a very huge vacuum. How do we defeat insecurity? If a country decides to invade Nigeria right now, where is the coordination? And then you now build resentment towards the government, people who feel it's not even up to my retirement age. On one hand, you're retiring generals who still have like 10 years, 5 years or thereabout to serve. And then on the other hand, you leave some whose age have since passed retirement to come, just like what we have with the police IG. The police IG's retirement age has since come and gone, but he's still continuing to lead people. It means that people who should have been the IG in terms of seniority will now retire without getting the opportunity because the man who's supposed to retire is still there. These are all issues, all politically motivated. While you are doing this, you're really, really destroying the foundation of what the military is. And this is very worrisome. This is really, really worrisome. When we train our soldiers, for instance, even the other ranks, and then you retire the other ranks or dismiss them abruptly in their young age, they know how to use the gun. They know how to command. They know how to train. Before you know, they will train a gang. They may just join any of these restive people, use their military experience and connections. Even with the military personnel, they still have friends who may be able to do them one favor or the other. And at the end of the day, where with the loyalty of a friend of a general or somebody, almost my experience in Nigerian Army particularly is that every soldier has one general as his back. And when you now retire the general, and the general, this person owes a favor to that general, this person owes a favor for that general, what are you doing? You're demanding resentment, and they may be having rebellion soon in the army. Thank God the Nigerian Army is a well-disciplined organization that you don't just go there and do anyhow. If you do anyhow, you go see anyhow. We appreciate the tactical command and acumen of the present chief. We are not doing this in any way to go against them. We are only saying that at the end of this, while you are taking these decisions, what are the implications? Are we actually trying to think that this is not going to have a vacuum for us to do? The operational impact where highly trained officers often lead. You understand? Well, they counter-insurgency operations. They also lead intelligence and special operations, logistics and theater commands. These are these highly trained, like presently 57 of them are going. And in these 57, do we have 57 that will replace them who have this knowledge and acumen these ones going already have? Those are the questions. Losing them quickly affects operational planning quality. It also the battlefield decision-making. Mentorship of mid-level officers and majors, lieutenants and colonels and colonels, it's one of those things. These people need to mentor these ones. So they are now in a position where they are supposed to be giving command, but instead of giving command, they are now being trained. Does it make any sense? Because if you have not attained that particular course, there's no way you have the experience. In the military, every course is important. Because for every course you go, you learn one new thing. This is how it works. I see generals in the American Army, in the Chinese Army. If you see them, very experienced old men. Even when they retire, there is a retired place where they keep them. And anytime there's a very serious matter, they go and invite them to come and help, even as civilians. But I don't know what happens in Nigeria, and this is very, very worrisome. We're having a very dire situation. So we need the most trained soldiers to be in command and, of course, command our military to greater heights. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Barry Cosmos.
I greet you.
My name is Onyeka Chukwu. I call from Works Layout.
All right, Onyeka, go ahead.
To be honest, Mr. Barry, my son first is is this thing shaded in military constitution or rules?
What thing exactly?
The untimely retirement of generals just because of a politician's selfish interest to pick whoever he wants to be at the leadership. In as much as this thing is very wrong and it dehumanizes what you call dignity in every sector, it is very wrong. We want to know if is this thing shred or covered in the rules that the politicians should be doing that. Then is it not high time the people affected revolted about this? This thing has been translated only not in the military. Even in some civil services now, you see someone, because you have interest in a particular person to become the head of service, you retire other ones who are above that person. Then what is the joy? What is the reward of somebody's good stewardship? And they are the ones encouraging some of these negativities we see in Nigeria today. Some people may decide to say, I was retired untimely. I have to find something to survive. Some of them may decide to take the wrong side. Just like you said, training boys for their survival, using their military skills from the negative angle because a politician decided to do the wrong thing and believe that he has the power to do it. Then I can also go for self-defense, self-help, and begin to do the wrong thing. It begins to affect the country.
All right. Totality. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. All right. This is Echo FM 100.7, and you are on to Barry Cosmos on Echo FM. This is Straight Talk, the program where we bring you all the juicy details. We discuss every national issue, state issues, local issues, and of course, today we are taking a look at the practice of retiring our highly trained military officers because their juniors was appointed as service chiefs, thereby making them leave unprepared. And then if a soldier, you are unprepared to retire, then at the end of the day, how do you now move forward with that when you are still very active? It may breed room for dissentiment, and of course, it leaves a lot to be desired. Good morning.
Good morning.
I greet you.
Thank God I'm able to stay through today. My name is Elder Richard Onwane.
Jesus. Elder Richard, welcome back.
That is after 37 times.
Jesus Christ. Elder Richard, apologies. You know how it be.
Yes. Barry, let me start from Wike. Though you said you are tired of talking about that, we cannot be tired. I thank God you are a product of a military personnel.
Yeah.
Whenever a military man is wearing his full uniform, including his headgear, what some people call beret, is called headgear. What you see in front of the headgear is the coat of arms.
Yeah.
Which is Nigeria. When you fight a policeman wearing his headgear with the coat of arms, if you are charged to court, it will be Barry versus the state. Barry versus the state. That is to say, Wike insulted the state. And look at the kind of ministers or public officers we have. This is something that was captured by everybody, where he was addressing the young man as a fool. And the young man said, I am not a fool, sir. And I don't know if you have heard that since after that incident, he had barred his staff from level 14 and below to stop coming to office with phone. What do you call it?
We have announced Android. It here. Yeah.
Good. What does that imply? Now, coming to the military. You see, because the military has been politicized, that is why we are having this problem. And nepotism has come to play in Nigeria. Instead of you, Barry, saying, I am a Nigerian, the first thing you will tell us is that you are from Benue State. That is what is playing out here. And I tell you, human beings are like that. Once beaten, twice shy. The senior citizen reminded us of what happened in Aburi and the consequence thereafter. And that is what is trickling down up to today.
All right.
However you want to look at it, you must have to protect yourself. And
Thank
that
you.
is what is happening, regardless of the cost of training this officer and the consequence thereof. My name is Elder Richard Nwaneku. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And that is going to be our last caller for today, because if you watch your time now, it's no longer our friend. Let me just try and give you in a nutshell. Well, retiring senior officers, just because of the appointment of junior officers into positions of command that require that no other person should be their senior in the military, it's causing a lot of havoc and is weakening the meritocracy in the military. With the perception of favoritism will definitely grow, high-quality officers may disengage or leave early. Some people who want to say, okay, instead of me to be asked to leave abruptly, I want to retire, and then they just leave. And when they leave with their experience and all that, what do we get? We get mediocrity in places where we need meritocracy. So these things are very, very important that we lay emphasis on that, where it's also a disruption of ongoing reforms and modernization plans by the military. You know, these senior officers are all responsible for procurement programs, the procurement of arms, ammunition, and the rest of them. So when they leave abruptly, what happens? Modernization strategies and doctrinal reforms with state secrets. These are all very, very important. With very, very serious state secrets that are not supposed to be made public. These people live with them. If any of them decide to go rogue, then we are in deep trouble. Imagine where somebody who is supposed to be an intelligence chief is just let go, and he carries resentment and takes all his knowledge and joins the other side. What would that happen? So these are things that we need to carefully plan for people like that's retirement, and we still keep them in check and in control and take care of those people. Well, international interoperability issues are also what we talk about. International training, multinational command, experience relationship with foreign armies and all that. Financial and administrative consequences are also there. And of course, the short-term political stability versus the long-term professional stability. We always look for short-term stability of 8 years maximum for a political office holder. And when the next person comes, you keep changing, all in the name of what? Doing that. You know why we do that? We don't trust your neighbor. That's exactly why. If an Igbo man cannot trust a Hausa man or Yoruba man, a Yoruba man cannot trust a Igbo man to be the chief of army staff, so what the hell are we doing? So that's exactly the situation in our armed forces. And only thing that we will get from that is nothing more than insecurity and, of course, dishonesty and resentment towards the Nigerian military leadership. And if this continues, it may just boil over. And this is one of the reasons why we keep hearing about coups, and coups. So everybody, this is our show for today. I hope you've been enlightened and educated on this issue. We thank our guest, Sir Ewelike Justin, a former military personnel. And of course, we appreciate everybody who has sent in messages today. I didn't take too much messages on our Facebook. Apologies for that. But definitely, we appreciate everybody who sent in message here on our Facebook. I take message on Facebook, on WhatsApp, as well as on YouTube. So it's kind of a very many. We touch here. Everybody, welcome aboard to the next program. Today is Friday, as usual. You know what they come. It's She Matters. She Matters. The women will be here. And today I hear they have something special. Really. Okay, everybody just wait, because the Slim Diva is in the studio waiting to see those acolytes. One of them, not two people. So we'll go see them at the end of the day. Bye-bye for now. Barry Cosmos is signing out.
Echo FM. Echo FM.